him and I'm at it again. The crystal air calling my name. Down a gravel road, box full of fur, and a mystery in the next steel blur. Catching the first made me a believer. A whole lot of coons, yotes, and beaver.
What a day, guys. What a season. Getting going late season, guys. It's to say it's a struggle bus be an understatement. I've been really looking forward to it. We really missed a lot of good opportunities here these last couple weeks of really good weather for late season coon trapping. Part of that, I had vehicle issues, had to get my truck fixed, and actually my boy's truck went in the shop at the same time, so down to one vehicle between going to school and going to work, and it wasn't real pretty there for a while. Got that handled. Kind of how I normally run my late season, guys, is what I've always done is, you know, even in December I'll take a week off or so unpaid. My job has always allowed me to basically come in the following week and work 70 hours. So I kind of make up for it, you know. I could work a 70-hour week, take the next week off, and be fine. We're limited to our 40 hours until further notice, so it makes it really hard financially to be able to just take a week off unpaid completely. So frustrating, but we're finally getting out there. You can tell the box of the truck is loaded with boxes, so we're gonna be setting on some older stuff today, some fresh stuff, and hopefully it's gonna be a good day. So after work yesterday, I went through and set a few old dog proofs and regular 220s, and you know, depending on how they hit will determine how heavy I set my old line. But anyway, can't wait to check the first ones, guys. I love it. Our first catch of late season. It's a really pretty skunk. This is just going up to an old farmstead, crossing the road to the fence line over here. We've taken a lot of coon off this dog proof. This one our second stop. The first one's dog proofs got tipped over and cleaned out. So maybe there's gonna be something to this old stuff, but real pretty skunk. Late season. And the very next stop after our skunk, I saw him poking his head up. I like it. This stuff's been here since November, guys. Not the biggest coon here, but still a good one nonetheless. So get him taken care of and get going. We got a lot of stuff I want to get out today. That's awesome. Makes you feel good to get out trapping again, finally. Man, I love trapping this spot. We actually didn't do any trapping here this year in November, but normally I've got 3 dog proofs lined up right here. Do pretty well with it. I just didn't do it this year. Not really even sure why. I just passed this spot up, but we got us a high bank trail coming through here, riding right up on top here. We got 1 box and we got 2 boxes. Really good trail winding down through here on the high bank. If I had them, I should have brought some with me, just set regular 220s on that. But we've had a lot of cat tracks on this trail too, so maybe we'll get lucky. But nice trail. Kind of a new concept for me. Boxes and buckets. You know, I still like my dog proofs, but this year's gonna be interesting. So you know, typically late season I'm mostly focused on denning areas, things of that nature, but this year, that being so warm, we are setting some stuff going to corn, so we'll see how that plays out. Well, here we got a spot that I was waiting just for late season to set on. Really don't think I should have. It's kind of a new area for me. And we got corn up here with a big timber behind me, a nice big draw. You can see this trail coming through. I definitely should have been here earlier in the year, but I do not remember any crops being in the area at all. It was strictly a timberish location. And look at all the tracks on the mud down there. Look at the tracks coming down through here. Yeah, muddy highway right here. We are gonna catch some coon. Yes. All right, got a nice little frozen creek system here. These are gonna be thawing out pretty quick, I think, especially with the rain coming tomorrow. I do have a fence right here above me, so We're right on the edge of this culvert. We're gonna have to put these inside quite a ways, I do believe. But boy, just you can see all the debris on the ice here. And this just wonderful trail coming right from the timber down here into the tube. So luckily this tube's about 4 foot tall, 4.5 foot tall. We'll walk these in here a little ways, but gonna be a good little location, I'm hoping. I thought maybe this is all the stuff they tore up over here, trees. You know, oh wow, they threw it all in a brush pile, made it look like a beaver feed lodge. But over here, all these sticks are cut up. They're all chewed on down here. There's no water to hold beaver here, so that's really weird. But maybe it's up farther. I'm not 100% sure. Very interesting situation here. You know, clearly there's no water, but there's a lot of beaver activity. I trapped this 2 years ago for beaver. No beaver sign at all whatsoever in the spring. I took one off of here the very last day. I didn't come down here last year because, you know, the water was like this. It's not deep enough to hold them. But somehow, I don't know. That's just very interesting. If that wasn't on the public land or the private ground, I'd go down there and check it out. But definitely gonna throw some boxes under here. I think that's pretty unique situation. There's plenty of coon sign here as well, so we'll see what happens. Okay, got more of an answer on that beaver location, what's going on. They actually brought a side-by-side. You can kind of see the 2-track and tore out a dam, which it looks like it was right across here. Pretty unique up there though, kind of interesting. And we're still here. I decided we're not even gonna set this for coon. I'd love to, but we've got some really big dog tracks coming through here. Quite a few of them. They're all over on the sandbars and such, and that's not worth it, guys. That's not something I'm willing to do. This is kind of a new area that I'm not real familiar with, other than trapping it for beaver a couple years ago. But clearly somebody has a dog at large through here, and it's not worth it. I'm not going to catch somebody's dog. That's not worth the issues. So we'll just take note of this. Hopefully those beaver didn't go too far in here. I don't think they did. You know, a lot of farmers think they get rid of these beaver by tearing out the dam. Not so much. They'll just go up or down the stream 50-60 yards normally and make a dam. So I expect there'll be beaver back in here come spring for sure somewhere. So, and we'll be ready for them. But fortunately we're not using boxes a day. It's just not worth the risk. I think these things are going to be a great tool. You know, I'm pretty new and green at them yet, but at the same time you have to use extreme caution where you're putting these. Baiting any conibear, you know, your chances of a non-target will drastically increase. So your level of awareness needs to increase as well of where you're setting these. So got to be very careful. It's hard to tell, but it looks like it should be a good spot. I've done pretty well here before. Hard to make out much on the ice, but it does look like there's a faint little trail through here, so be worth setting, I think. You never know. Early season for sure. You know, we got a real nice trail here. They're going through the water down there. I don't see much over here either, but I'd say it's definitely worth setting on. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I normally set this early season, but this whole area we haven't touched yet this year, so we'll see. Once again, another spot I saved just for late season. Normally I pick up a lot of coon here too. It's hard to distinguish, but there's a lot of tracks through there. Got a lot of them in the mud. And even right here on the ice, if you guys can see it, we got tracks coming both ways. Looks like just through the one tube. I didn't see anything going through that one there with the bush latte can, but we're gonna set them up in here, dry, out of the ice, and that way they're also kind of out of sight a little more from people driving by. Unique situation here. They brought the fence to the actual road, so the shoulder of the road is right up there, but the road right of way is probably about where that rock is. So we're legal here, even though they brought the fence. I kind of crossed this fence to get here, so unique situation. I don't do it very often, but this is an easy spot to cross because it's just a hot wire running across. You can hop down on the concrete and hop down, but definitely a spot we're looking forward to setting.
This is a pretty good high bank trail that I set. Never set the high bank on this one before. Actually, I met a good buddy of mine, old competition. He doesn't trap anymore, but I ran into him. I met him under this bridge many years ago. So I'd say these high banks works pretty well. You can see the trail back behind them. That's awesome. We got a double. Man, that's awesome. That is awesome. And they don't look bad yet either. I don't see any rubbing on them. They are starting to get that slight yellow tint to them a little bit, but not bad. But happy with that, guys. Well, cornfield, coon. Our first sign of life going to corn. That's good. That makes me feel a little better about what I'm about to set on here soon. So not the biggest coon, but you know, this makes 4 coon out of, I want to say 15 stops. You know, we've only produced 3 stops out of 15. Not great odds really, but this late season, you know, the trap's already out there. I'm just gonna set them. You know, it's not gonna be a lot of work just going through and setting them again. Pretty easy really. So we'll see what comes out of this, but the fact that they're still going to food, that's a good sign for me. Well, this is my favorite trapping location of all time. I've talked about this quite a bit. You can see 2 different trails coming down here. I got 220 that I'd set off here earlier in the year. Didn't do so well on this. I was kind of shocked. I expected more, but I always talk about being aware of your situation, your surroundings. I don't know if it's just the grass or what, but I was walking down here, I was like, huh, that's a pretty good little trail here. Well, that looks really good. And then I look at it on the ice. Bingo. You can even see it coming up the bank on the dirt on the other side. I missed this early, and I am literally 20 feet from it. How I missed this, I have no clue, but you know, it happens. It happens, guys. Nobody's perfect. So I was gonna throw 1 box down there, just see, you know, because my cover's pretty well gone for my 220 on dry ground, but we're gonna throw a box down in here, see what happens, but I feel good about it. Well, here we are, one of my favorite locations again, going up to a brush pile here. There's a creek. I had some competition here. He still got traps here as well, but one thing I wanted to make a point here on, so I've got this trap circle. We caught a lot of coon right here at this one, but if you look, you can see this trail still, and it's still packed down over the catch circle where they're still coming through here. You know, it must have been cold. There's not a whole lot of actual footprints, but considering the duff of the catch circle is embedded into the trail here, there's just that much walking over it. Awesome spot, awesome location. We threw a box in there, kind of a theory, you know, see what happens, if we catch something, what it gets caught in first. So great spot though. We set our 3 dog proofs again. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got another box set up on this trail. They can't go through the tube here, or at least I don't think so. I mean, a raccoon can scale some stuff, so he might be able to climb up those walls, but the trail veers off and goes up over the top. There's an old bottle. Ooh, oh, get my footing right. Goes up through this root ball system and right up here where I have a 220 that we caught a few coon on earlier in the year. I think I told you it's one of my new favorite spots, real steep bank, but we're gonna set this up here and we got the box down below. Love to have a double tomorrow morning. All right guys, here's a typical creek location that I have here. One of the many reasons that I don't trap the water per se, because there's nowhere to set. There's nothing really to set on. Makes it very, very difficult. That's kind of creepy. That's a really, really creepy statue. Well, anyway, you know, there's just nothing here. There's no water for one, and then it's just all rock and all concrete. All these banks and everything, it's just all concrete. So, but for boxes, they're gonna be all right. I looked over the bridge. and this is what I saw. Now it doesn't look like much, probably on camera, but just that little bit of dirt going up over the ice tells me where they're traveling through here. Back here on the other side was basically the same thing. I'm gonna bust my tail on some of these rocks. I've got just this little bit of white ice, and right here you can just see that discoloration of mud, where they've stepped on some, you know, had some muddy paws for just a little bit, and you know, I can tell they're coming through here. So we're gonna set a couple buckets in here, not sure how or where yet, to make them really stable. I don't want these things moving around underneath them, but we'll get it figured out. Well, that's disappointing. We had a couple 220s in here, but even more disappointing, this is that old homestead that I was talking to you guys about. I took you guys on a tour through it. Just sad. Just sad they got to take all this stuff out. You know, there's over 100 years of one family that lived and was born in this one house that was here. And just, I don't know, very sentimental, just sad. Sad that everything had to be ripped out like this. Just frustrating. But traps I can replace, you know, that's nothing, but that old history there, that's irreplaceable. So anyway, we're gonna get moving. Here comes another encounter. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I was just curious what you were, I own that land.
Oh, nope, I'm just trapping the road ditches here.
Perfect.
So,
Thank you.
yep, no problem. Have a good day. Well, I'll tell you what, these county guys, they're putting a hurting on me. This is actually my really good trail. You guys have seen me film this a lot. Surprisingly, that looks all right. I think this one does too. Whew, must have got really lucky there, but they came down here and took out my cedar tree, which, I mean, where this is at, I don't know if it's actually the landmark or not, but ouch. It's just too bad. I was looking forward to this spot. This one I do every year, like mid-season, early, late, doesn't matter. It produces. And we're here now, so we're gonna set it. You know, we're not out anything, we're going right past it, so we'll see what happens. But man, that's one of the bad things about, you know, leaving your stuff and equipment out, guys. Between theft and farmers working equipment, taking out ditches, taking out draws, it's just part of the game. We've lost a few today, I've noticed, but not bad at all, really. Nowhere near that 10% that I can always figure on every year. Well, checking this creek here out, and notice on the back side of that log we got us some competition. Oh, there's another one over there. Must have permission on the private ground, I'm assuming, but that's kind of cool. It's good to see some guys out here late season chasing them. I'm not sure what's going to be, if we're going to be worth setting down on this bottom or not, but I don't know. We'll have to go down there and take a look, see what's up. Well, this is another one of those bridges that I never even get over in this direction until beaver season. We never did catch a beaver on this either, but you know, you never know. Big timber country on both sides of the road. A lot of rock, you know, just pretty typical. A lot of rock, kind of like what I have here. But what gets me excited is muddy footprints. There's 2 or 3 sets of them right here. That tells me that they're coming out here. They're coming up here on this mud bar before they're going back on top of the ice. So we're gonna set 2 boxes down here and hope for the best. I like it though. Well, we've taken a lot of coon in this 220 in here. We've done really good. I think we went like 6 days in a row on opening week. It's just blown out now. You know, there's no cover left for 220. I probably should throw a dog proof in here, but I have certainly not hurt the population any. I mean, tracks are everywhere crossing this yet, so just to show you that there's a lot of coon in this country. Well, I definitely need to start paying better attention to some of these bridges. I definitely missed a lot of high bank opportunities. You can see this trail on the high bank. Perfect. It actually comes down and around. One trail goes down through here. You can see it hitting the water right there. Y is off. It's crazy. Goes up under the bridge, but that is awesome. Now that is a trail. Be awesome spot for a 220 right in there. We might have to just bring a regular 220 out here and set up in that. That is awesome. Good little spot here, guys. We're running out of buckets. Only got a couple left, and we're gonna head home and hopefully have a good day tomorrow. But somebody threw their McDonald's trash down here. Got that one box up top, and then I got another one with this trail. Where this trail comes down and starts going down the ice. So this should be good, guys. I'm excited for this. Tell you what, it's really dangerous doing this right now too. These banks are just thawed enough. There's a little bit of slime on top, but it's just ice. So you start sliding and you just go. But we're getting out of here, hopefully. Well, definitely the smallest tailgate shot you've probably seen me have in a year. That's all right. You know, we didn't have a lot out. I got a lot more boxes out today, set a lot more ground. I'm happy with 4 coon and a skunk today. I'm very happy with it. We only had out 10 or dozen locations. Nothing really to amount to anything, and they're all old stuff from November, so I'm very happy with that. Very happy. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day. It's gonna be a late night. I got some fur to finish, some custom fur to finish, and if I can, I'd love to make another 20 boxes tonight to get them out tomorrow. You know, I talk about when it rains it pours. Well, in this case it snows 5 to 8 inches coming Wednesday night, so looks like this line's only gonna be a few days, but you got to get it while you can. 4 puts me at 1,013, so need 69 more coon to tie my record, which just want to get there now at this point, guys. I want to beat that, and I think I can.